if you could brag about one thing and you were not allowed to be humble, what would you brag about?
About myself?
Yes.
Oh my God, I do this all the time.
Okay. Yay! Perfect. I
love you. Okay, if I could brag about one thing about myself. I'm like, one of my really good friends, I'm like, what would I say? What would I say about me? What would you say about me? I would say that I think I'm really good at perspective. When really shitty things happen, I can usually find like a perspective. I try to maybe like make things funny. And if someone's going through a hard time, I like to show them perspective. And it is obviously a lot harder when I am trying to do it to myself. But like, I think I'm really, really talented in perspective and like making people feel like better in like not great situations. I'm really jumbling that up wrong, but I think I make people feel like comfortable and happy when they're in positions where they shouldn't.
I totally could see that. Wait, before we end, I did want to ask you about just a little bit about your mental health, because I just feel like you don't talk about this as much on your podcast but because you're just amazing and a bright light, but it's like, especially as a content creator, someone on the internet as much, like we've experienced, the trolls and the this and like the negative side of things. Right. Like, how do you combat and like really, because you seem so confident.
Thank you.
In yourself.
I am pretty confident. Yeah. I think I really, truly, I have to not look at it. I have to. Okay. So like Reddit was a really big thing for me. There's like a whole page dedicated to just hating my guts. Right. And I talked about this on my podcast because like, and actually like, they're always like, thanks for bringing more people to our page. Which I'm like, it's fine. If you are the kind of person that's going to talk shit about me, you'll find the page anyways. Right. If you're seeking out hatred, then like, I'm not offering them free advertisement. You will find it. Like, it's very easy to find. If you want to talk shit about like kittens, I'm sure you can find an I Hate Kittens page, right? You'll find it. That is so hurtful. I hope there's not a page like that. Yeah. But like I was going there, and I made this comparison on my own podcast because I was going to a page because I think egotistically I was like, it's a page all about Shannon. I was like, I'm in. And then, but it's literally a page where they just only hate me, right? Oh, so like, why was I going to this page? Even though my ego was like kind of interested in reading what they had to say about me, even though it was literally horrible things, right? And so wrong, so like not correct, right? Most of it. And so I was like, why am I doing this? So I had to like set aside my ego. I think that's the only time I really my mental health takes a deep dive down is when my ego comes into play with like actually keeping my mental health healthy. Yeah. And I have to literally talk to myself, like talk shit to myself in the mirror. I'm like, you don't need to look at that. Like go on your DMs. There's like 100 people saying really nice things to you. If you need a little ego boost, go there. But there's this like sick need to like feel like people, because there's a thin line between love and hate, right? So like if you hate me, you do kind of love me because you love me so much or hate me so much that you like love talking about it. It's just a thin line, right? There's a gray area. So I was like obsessed with looking at what they would do. And it fucked with me. Bad, like really bad. They say horrible things about me. And that's when I think I just like, I start acting different. I start like putting out content that's just like to try to disprove what they're saying. And it's so obvious, by the way. They're literally like, I mean, they've commented for like, hi, Shannon, we know you're reading this. And it's true because I was. Like I was reading it. And so then they get the satisfaction of knowing that they got to you, right? So like I struggled with that. I still do struggle with people's opinions of me. But like, I mean, it's just
you do a good job of, at least the way it's portrayed, like Thanks. It seems like you really
you try to because you don't want to let them win, but like realistically, like it's an ongoing battle, the same way that anyone that suffers with depression, it's an ongoing battle. Anxiety, you're never gonna just wake up one day and it's fixed, right? You learn to cope with it. You learn mechanisms and ways to like try to get it do better about it.
What are some of those coping things that you've done, or like wellness things that you get back to balance?
Put my phone, like I have to like put my phone down, and not just like I said, like, oh, go look at your DMs where everyone says nice things. If you've just read 10 shitty things about you, I don't care if someone's like, your hair's pretty. I'm like, fuck off. Like, I'm like, oh, it is? They said it's not. Like, so it's like, that doesn't always work. So like, I know it sounds cliche, but like putting your phone down, going and hanging out with one of your 100%. Girlfriends, FaceTiming your mom, going to get a fucking breath of fresh air, watching a show that makes you giggle. Like, honestly, like, I know these sound so trivial, but getting away from the negativity and truly, or like doing something productive. Like I would be like, bitch, you're only looking at that stuff because you're bored and egotistical. So go work. You have some shit to do that you could be doing right now. So I'll like go get something done off my to-do list, and then I'll feel accomplished. And I'm like, oh my God, I did that. That was great. And these are tiny, weird little things, but like to get away from the everyone's talking shit about me, I know if I just completed something on my to-do list, even something as simple as like hanging up my clothes, I'm like, they can't talk shit. I just hung up all my fucking clothes. Okay. So like I just did that, and you just feel accomplished even in a small way like got my mind off of that. I don't have any really like crazy good tactics. I don't have some like life altering thing I could say.
No, but that's good because people spiral, right? Like they go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, whether it's mean comments or whether it's their thoughts or whatever it is that's hurting them. So it's actually a lot harder said than done to understand that you have to stop and walk away.
Well, and I have like action steps. I think that's pivotal. You can't just be like, when someone's depressed and someone's like, oh my God, don't be sad. And you're like, oh, perfect. Now it's fixed. Yeah. Like, great. So like, that's for me, like these are small things that you can do to like get yourself back into like a healthy headspace.
I would love a like Shannon Ford in my head. I feel like you would have such good pep talks or like good, because it seems like you do it for yourself, and it's like,
I have to. A bitch has to.
I love it.
Yeah. I tear myself down. I bring myself up. I tear myself down. I bring myself back up.
I love it.
Got to.